don't all political parties play around with social media meddling and...
You know, I think we would just like to find out exactly what Chris Wylie did for the government. It was the government that hired him, the Liberal government. Make no mistake, the Liberal Research Office works directly with the Prime Minister's office. I mean, they're not there doing some work, you know, kind of in isolation. The Prime Minister's office would have been directly involved in hiring his company. So he conducted a pilot project. They paid him $100,000. Typically, you take a pilot project and then you either use it or you don't. So I think what we'd like to know is, did the Liberals decide to use his way of mining data? Have they been actually using that now to get information on Canadians, especially as it applies to current liberal policy, for example, and then use that information for Liberal benefit? There's a lot of questions. I mean, initially we asked about, was he paid with taxpayers' dollars? We found out he was. There's a lot of questions about the kind of research and what he did for the Liberals, and are they still using that, or did they use it?
Exactly what happened here. There was an individual who put forward a proposal, and just to answer one of Candace's many questions very directly, we decided not to move forward with it. All of the rules were followed in the context of that proposal being put forward, and there was no access to any personal information of any Canadian that is in the possession of the Government of Canada or the Liberal Research Bureau.
On this disastrous India trip that the Prime Minister took, where he invited a convicted attempted murderer, Jasbel Atwell, and then blamed the Indian government, but his national security advisor, Danielle Jean, told the media something completely different. All we would like as parliamentarians is to be able to talk to Danielle Jean and find out why these two stories. We have not been able to get any answers. So Trudeau said he would be transparent with Canadians.
And we have been.
We are the opposition. We have a job to do, and that is to hold this Prime Minister to account. He has failed to be transparent. He has failed Canadians on this India trip. We have very few tools available. One of the tools that we can use, and we don't need to vote. We don't need to vote for 40 hours if he doesn't want to wait. Then vote. You know what? You can vote once for transparency, Marco, or you can vote to protect the Prime Minister.